Yo, what's good, yo? We back with another video, and the trade deadline is finally over. Some more moves went down last day before the 3 p.m. deadline, and we're going to be talking about three things that happened during the deadline in this video. Starting off with the obvious, the blockbuster move that went down between Brooklyn and Philadelphia, which saw the Nets trade James Harden and Paul Millsap to the Sixers for Ben Simmons, Seth Curry, Andre Drummond, and 2 first-round picks. Now that the deal is officially done, I think we can now break it down from a basketball perspective now that all the details have been decided and everything's, happened, all the players have been traded. And now starting off on the Nets side, I like the move. Getting Simmons, who can play the Draymond role. I've said that a million times, but I feel like, I can't continue to replay and, re-say how I like the fit for Simmons on the Nets team where he doesn't have to do too much. He can just do his role, play, make, defend. He adds a new defensive dynamic that James Harden just never added to the team. Granted, James Harden is the better offensive player, and the big three of those three guys, Harden, KD, and Kyrie, was more deadlier. Ben Simmons is not a bad consolation prize to fit with KD and Kyrie. I also like bringing in Seth Curry to be the new shooting guard for the Nets when the team is healthy, because Seth Curry is one of the best shooters in the league, we notice. And also, Ben Simmons likes Seth Curry. We saw this a lot in Philadelphia. He looks for him a lot. So we're going to continue to probably see that here in Brooklyn. Then when you look at Andre Drummond, Brooklyn finally gets a center that can rebound at a high level. Also gets you anywhere from 10 to 14 points a night. 20 points any given night. You never know what you can get from him. He's obviously going to be a rebounding machine. So that should help on the center part. Is he the elite center that Brooklyn needs? Like, Jared Allen? But no. But, Andre Drummond is not a bad pickup for them as well. This likely means Blake Griffin or LaMarcus Aldridge, when, everything's all situated, might be done when it comes to playing time wise. Because they also have the younger Nick Claxton, who's pretty solid as well. And in my opinion, a better option than the both of those guys. So in general, I think the Nets team is way deeper adding these three guys on the roster. And if they're all together come playoff time, Kyrie's not part-time anymore, and KD's healthy, then we can expect for them to compete for a title this season, despite them struggling as of late. Now, on the Sixers perspective, I also like the move for them because James Harden and Joel Embiid easily, like I said in my last video, is one of the top 3 duos in the NBA. You pair James Harden now with Tyrese Maxey in the backcourt. It should take pressure off of Maxey to do as much. Maxey will get more open looks. He obviously can create for himself, so he should continue to play well. Tobias Harris will also have an easier life playing with Harden as well. The Sixers team looks really good on paper, and if the Embiid and Harden duo works like it should, especially with Embiid being in his prime years right now, then the Sixers, instead of being a likely second-round exit before the trade, I think now have another small window to win a championship with Harden now being on the roster. Now let's talk about another big move that went down. That was weird, to be honest, and I'm still kind of confused about. I have no real answer for the direction both of these teams really were thinking when they made this deal, and that was the Wizards trading Spencer Dinwiddie and Davis Bertans, along with other picks involved, to Dallas for Kristaps Porzingis, who's been injured for a good portion of the season and also is getting paid from that max contract extension into 2019. Now, the Wizards did do well besides this move, getting rid of Montrezl Harrell and just taking on players because, the Wizards really aren't going anywhere with Bradley Beal being hurt, and Montrezl Harrell is better fit for a team that's trying to make a playoff run. But with this deal, I kind of question it. And I also kind of question it for Dallas because you look at Dallas, Dinwiddie is having a bad season, and now you add another guard, even though you have Luka and Brunson who's having a career year. So I really don't get it, unless this move is to replace Hardaway for the time being, who's out with that broken foot. But I still don't really understand it. There's been some speculation, maybe Brunson leaves in the offseason, so maybe that's another reason why they picked up Spencer Dinwiddie. But I got to see. I think we'll see it in the offseason with Dallas. Then in Washington's perspective, acquiring Porzingis is kind of a move you do to add help, not really rebuild. I mean, yeah, Porzingis is only 25, 26 years old, but are you really going to take Porzingis and be like, oh, this is a guy that we can feature and try to build with? I don't know. He's always hurt. So I gotta wonder, are they seriously gonna be stupid and try to sign Bradley Beal to a large contract extension in the offseason? Because I feel like Porzingis and Bradley Beal would make more sense, even though I don't think they should do it, than just taking Porzingis and having him on Washington for like kind of no reason. Not only that, when Porzingis is healthy, he's good, don't get me wrong, but like I always said, and everybody knows this already, he's only played 34 games this season. So I'm not gonna lie, I don't really get the trade for both sides, and to be honest, I'm only talking about it because it involves Porzingis and it is a big trade. But I guess we'll kind of see what this trade is really about in the summertime when the offseason starts, and then we'll see the direction both teams head with these guys. Now let's talk about another big part of the trade deadline. Another big part of the trade deadline, which was two teams that didn't make any moves. Those teams being the Los Angeles Lakers and the New York Knicks, who made no moves at all. None. The Lakers and Knicks have been horrible considering expectations, and both teams made no moves to help their situations at all. None. In the Lakers' case, they made no move to try to get better because, their team is older, so they need talent to try to compete now. They didn't make no move for that. They're going to go instead and look in the buyout market like they did last season with Andre Drummond. We all know how that went. Then you look at the Knicks side. They couldn't get rid of any of the veteran contracts they had to get playing time for the younger guys like Cam Reddish, more Obi Toppin minutes, more Quickly minutes, maybe saw some Deuce McBride in there. We ain't seen none of those moves. None. Instead, they kept the same roster, and Tibbs is still going to be running out there the same veteran lineups for the rest of the season. So, I don't really get it. You look at the Lakers. They just lost to a broken Portland Trail Blazers team that's, trying to rebuild and breaking the team down. Anthony Simons is playing well. But the Blazers really just beat the Lakers with AD and LeBron both playing. They beat that team with Anthony Simons being their best player. That's crazy. Then you have the Knicks, who have lost 7 out of the last 10 games. Yeah, they beat Golden State just an hour ago. But I don't want to hear all that. I don't care if they beat Golden State. They needed to trade those veteran guys and go out there and run a younger team. Kemba Walker should not be in the Knicks jersey. I don't know why he's still here. No disrespect. He was a star at one point. He's not that guy anymore. I don't know why he's still starting on this team. So I really don't get it. The Knicks didn't pick a direction for what they wanted to do. They didn't pick if they wanted to go young or go win now or whatever you want to call it, playoff mode, whatever. Then the Lakers didn't commit to trying to get better to make a run because LeBron ain't getting any younger. Anthony Davis is always hurt, and Russell Westbrook already looks gone. I don't even know what he's on. I don't know what he's doing. So we got to see what those teams are going to do. I don't think the Knicks are going to do anything for the rest of the season. As for the Lakers, maybe they'll sign a guy off the buyout market. I heard Dennis Schroeder was in the rumors. That would be funny, to be honest. But I guess both teams aren't going anywhere. The Knicks, I don't think they're going to the playoffs. Then you got the Lakers, who probably make the playoffs, but to be honest, they're probably a first-round exit. So we'll see what happens with those two teams. And those two teams are both my biggest losers of the trade deadline. Easily, no debate. Anyways, that's going to do it. Don't forget to like, comment, and subscribe. Also, follow me on Twitter and Instagram. Link will be down in the description below. This has been the Checkup, where we talk hoops and hoops only. And I'll see y'all in the next video. Peace.